Yeah, I'll react to that, sure. How have I not seen this? Let's go. Guys, all the original links, top of the description. The original Tom Scott Discord. My name's Connor. Hi if you're new. Let's go.
2,000 feet over Lincolnshire with the Red Arrows, the Royal Air Force aerobatic team. And maybe this is patriotism talking, but they are the best aerobatic team anywhere in the world. Aircraft flying at hundreds of miles an hour, just meters apart from each other. Not just in level flight either. They do things like this.
Here at the Red Arrows we fly the BAE Systems Hawk T-Mark 1, powered by the Rolls-Royce Adore engine. We've flown them here on the Red Arrows since 1980, which is obviously a reasonable time, but they are perfect for what they do. They are sprightly, they're fast, they're simple to operate, and they're a pilot's aircraft. Today we're going to have 7 aircraft of our total of 9 in the display. We fly 6 to 11 feet apart in the air. We're doing actually about 400 miles an hour. The skill of formation flying is essentially triangulating a position. So you have 2 references that you're looking at, one at the front and one at the back of another aircraft, and as long as you line up both of those references perfectly, you will be in the exact formation position. We train for approximately 7 months before we even display anywhere near the public.
It looks so dangerous. I interrupted him. I'll go back 5 seconds. It looks so dangerous from. It looks more safe somehow when you see the point of view of the airplanes and everyone is, relatively. You know what I mean? I can't words. I can't speak right now.
Approximately 7 months before we even display anywhere near the public. We fly the same display for almost 4 months of those 7, and it's a building block approach to get us to the stage where we are absolutely safe, professional, and excellent enough to display in front of the public.
So the question is, how is it possible to safely fly this close and perform manoeuvres this precise? Part of it is training, trust, and talent, but part of it is a skill that you probably already know. Keeping your distance from the car in front when you're driving on a highway. It's just that instead of working in 1 dimension, these pilots are working in 3. Or, if you count time, maybe even 4.
My job as a team leader is to enunciate all the team pilots where I'm going and when I'm going to do it. So we have a very metronomic radio voice to let them know.
Coming right now. Holding the bank now.
Holding the bank now. Everything is done on that cadence, and the guys know when I'm going to make that input. The actual art of formation flying in itself is reasonably straightforward. The relative motion between the aircraft is meant to be 0, and the only time that we have any relative movement between the aircraft is when we're asking the pilots to change shape. For the pilots who are up there, whilst they might be upside down at 100 feet, to them, the other aircraft don't look like they're moving at all. So you can be too high or too low, which we call too shallow or deep. You can be too far forwards or too far backwards, which we call short or long. And of course, this being a 3-dimensional game, you can be too close or too tight, as we call it, or too far away from the other aircraft, which is what we call wide. But it's also about timing, so we're trying to, as the Red Arrows...
Question. This might be very... Look, it came to my head. This has definitely been answered before. If the Earth is spinning and you're in the air, then I don't know. Just why isn't it that the Earth, like why is it like when I jump up off the ground that the Earth doesn't just go? It's because obviously you're moving with the speed of the Earth. So if the Earth is rotating at what is the mile per hour, like 1,200 miles an hour, I'm not sure. Then when you jump, you're going with the thing. That was terrible.
Make it look like we're one wing that's moving beautifully in graceful formation. And to do that, the guys who are furthest away from me as the leader need to know when I'm going to turn. I expect them to have already started putting their inputs if they're a long way away from me, and if they don't, they're behind the time, and it's going to look like a broken chair. Every formation shape and every formation position has a different route to get out of that formation quickly and safely enough, and they're what we call the escape strategies, but every maneuver is different. So the pilot's not only remembering which maneuvers next, but also how to escape from that maneuver when it's coming up. The pilots here on my team have an inordinate amount of trust in each other. They have a prescribed piece of airspace next to the aircraft that they're formating on. That's what we call the box, and the pilot who's flying next to them
What did he say?
Maneuvers next, but also how to escape from that maneuver when it's coming up. The pilots here on my team have an inordinate amount of trust in each other. They have a prescribed piece of airspace next to the aircraft that they're formating on. That's what we call the box, and the pilot who's flying next to them trusts that they are never going to be outside of that box of formation.
Thank you to the Red Arrows, to the RAF and Rolls-Royce. At some point I'll be over on their Starship channel, so have a look at the links on screen or in the description.
I'm such a weakling when it comes to nauseousness. My brain is extra slow today. Ooh.
This is
Damn, a long Tom Scott video. Ooh, I want to watch that as well.
I'm flying a few.
Awesome, guys. Looking at how fast it rose.
In great timings and shape, which maneuver what we call has a different
Right here.
route to get out.
See, that's when, oh, it looks so safe. And then just knowing,
Out of that chair. Every formation shape and every formation position has a different route to get out of.
just seeing how fast it goes. And I'm sure one little tip of the airplane, I don't know if at those speeds, if you just kind of hit another airplane not at such great a speed, if you could still, but seeing how fast they rise right there, just, I feel like I would accidentally, well, this is why I'm not a pilot, just like, whoop, boom. That's terrifying and awesome at the same time. Not if that. Anyways, hope you guys are doing well. Hope you enjoyed that, or can hope you learned something or can teach me something in the comments. Would appreciate any comments at all. Again, I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.